Children in multi-siblings household. What lessons did you learn that the only child might never get? That it is a lawless world, where it doesn't matter whose turn it is on the Xbox. And you better save frequently because inevitably one of your siblings is going to get mad and just unplug it from the wall. When Skyrim came, I accidentally deleted my brother's character, and he brings it up every time I see him. In my defense, he wasn't even at level 5, and it was an honest mistake. My sister once deleted my Pokemon Red save, on which I had 147 out of 150 Pokemon collected. This was much, much harder before online trading was a thing, kids. I was livid. And after shouting much, she never asked to borrow my Game Boy again. My parents didn't get what the big deal was, but I spent hundreds of hours on that save. Could have been worse. My brother probably sold my Game Boy Color and Pokemon Red for some weed. My brother sold my will, those games, at least 15, without telling me, and he didn't get into trouble. That's how I lost faith in justice of the world that day. I was 4 to 6 years ago. I'm over it, but goddamn, at that time it was beyond heated. I tried to make my mom calculate the cost and make him pay back, but nobody would listen. Shaking my head. When you're getting food in the middle of a show, carry the TV remote with you. But you have to accept that you will lose the favorite chair. No way around that. Lots of comments about saving the chair, quack quack, seat back, and fives. Not in my fam. Quack quack, seat back. I get the chair back. Everyone, okay. Get back. Someone's in the chair. Mom, Dad, I called quack quack. Shut up and solve it yourselves. That is the way multi-siblings households. I mean, I could remove the younger ones, but not the older ones. But even then, it would still be a fight to remove them if they are about the same age, just because one is 9 and one is 10, and the 10-year-old is still in for a long, drawn-out, knockdown fight, even though they may ultimately win. But then you don't get to watch the TV show, and everyone is yelling at you to shut up. Even as an oldest, when 5 years gang up on you, not to take care in the chair, but it is annoying. All the factors have to be taken into account. And in an Irish Catholic household, as a younger person, you can always roll out the Irish Catholic guild card too, which sometimes works. You have to use it. All the tools at your disposal in your family. Manipulate, lie, steal, cheat. All is fair in love and war. And multi-sibling families. In that situation, as a middle child, you offer the chair to the oldest one and you are sure you are about to get ganged up on. That my brother did. There is no proof, it was me. It doesn't matter what you can prove. It only matters what you can convince someone else is the truth. The whole comment section describes my childhood. I blamed someone. I broke on my sister. And somehow convinced her that she did it. At McDonald's, I just casually brought it up and confessed a decade later. Eat it now, or it won't be there when you want it later. LOL, so true. These pork parts left in the cabinet. Well, you better eat it now, because when you check back tomorrow, there won't be any left. The empty box will still be there, probably with some wrappers inside it too. That feeling of disappointment and frustration when you go for something only to find the damn box is empty. It doesn't matter what happened. It only matters that you can convince people what happened. Skills of persuasion. that it will be useful in the sales and law. If I took long enough, I can make anything right or wrong. So I'm either God or truth is relative. Yesterday, someone ate a Snickers in my house. I was blamed as I was the oldest. I shifted the blame to one of my brothers and he got into trouble. I ate the Snickers. If one of your siblings is getting into trouble, just keep your mouth shut so you don't get sucked in. Also, don't do that, but brother does it too. Like, no. You got caught, you get punished. Don't bring it on to me. It's amazing that some people can get elected to public office using these tricks as adults. Also, take note of their punishment and how they get caught. That way, you can determine if what they did was worth it and how not to get caught. I grew up as the youngest, so I watched everything my siblings did. They all thought I was always good. In reality, I just never got caught like they did. Youngest here. Everything in the house is automatically me. They've both moved out. Even if I swear to fucking Almighty, I did not. Apparently, I did. Pizza is not a meal, it's a race. Thanks to the silver and gold kind strangers, it really helps make up the fact that I'm the youngest of 6 kids and missed out a lot of pizza as a kid. And it is the truth. I was almost 40 and I still eat pizza too fast. I don't have fresh digestive system that will handle it. Okay. As the younger sibling, I'll always forever be a player too. When it comes to multiplayer video game, hey, at least you weren't given an unplugged controller. Older brother here, I am pretty sure it's plugged in. You must be doing something wrong. Older sister here, I think you are right. If he did only once listen to you, it might actually work. Teamwork. I have a bunch of brothers. My dad early would punish you if you got caught doing the wrong thing. But if you are tattling, you got doubled. So instead of telling on each other, we worked together to stay out of trouble. It made my mom, and she demanded who did something. She would threaten to punish all of us if one of us didn't confess. We all maintained our silence and accepted the mass punishment. After all, me and my brothers will talk over how we got caught, what the mistakes we made, and how to avoid it in the future. To this, we were always very close. And though we are all scattered around the world, we still talk 3 to 4 times a week. This is my favorite. My kids have their moments where they argue over anything, everything, but damn, they do the team up fantastic attitudes to keep the iron fist ready. There are times I'm aware of their scheming and I let it go because teamwork is important and they are learning so many things that can be applied later in life in less devious applications. Tell them, you know they are scheming. They'll get even better at it. Sharing is not just for when your friends come over. It's all the time, every day of every minute. Then, there's a great realization that if you buy something and don't want to share it with someone, you hide it. I do that to this day, even with stuff I know my roommates won't touch. I thought it was weird for doing that to this day. The youngest child will never be punished the same way you were when you were of that age, even if you are in that same kind of trouble. It blows my mind that my sister and I are mere 14 months apart, yet this is so true. So many times my dad would say, but she's the baby. And never had trouble even as teenagers. You make the damn dinner tonight. She doesn't even know how to boil water. Why we are 15 and 16? As payback, I occasionally throw it in her face that she's approximately 5 baby pictures. They had 2 babies. Nobody had time for a camera. My parents will openly admit I was better behaved than a younger brother is. And I swear he never gets punished. As much as I did, it is maddening